I've known quite a few fish in my time. I study them. I study fishermen too. But today, I'm looking for fish and fishermen for a different reason. I'm hungry.
We eat all sorts of different seafoods from the oceans around Bamfield. Salmon, shrimp, oysters, crab, it's really rich. My father came here in the late 30s, and he loved it here, and he was a fisherman, and brought my mother here, and here they raised there's 10 of us in the family. Well, we struggle. We try to make a go of it. It's pretty hard though with all the rules and regulations now. It's sad. There's a lot of small communities up and down the coast that have just become ghost towns.
I've come to Bamfield Marine Science Center to learn about science filmmaking while taking on a new challenge. I'm doing a 24-hour local diet, so I'm going to try to get all of my food for today just from the waters around Bamfield. I hope I don't get too hungry. I want to eat seaweed, and I want to eat halibut and shrimp and salmon. I might have to go fishing in people's freezers. I think this is sea lettuce, and I'm pretty sure it's edible. I'm just going to talk to other people around here to see what other kind of local food is available. Why am I doing this? Well, according to best-selling author Michael Pollan, the way we eat represents our most profound engagement with the natural world.
Well, my biggest thing is to go out there and see all the wild life in the ocean, the whales, the dolphins and the birds, and it's amazing what you see, It's just amazing.
Way offshore, you get into blue whales, and gray whales, and killer whales, and just all sorts of stuff. I mean, it's just so dynamic. I mean, it's huge. In our case, we get the best. So, if you get the best food, you're going to eat it, right?
What makes it the best?
Oh, it's fresh and it's cold water, and the water's, non-polluted. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I don't buy fish in the store for pretty obvious reasons. It's like a farmer; they get the best meat and produce because of where they are. It's a little different here. We can't grow a garden if our life depended on it.
Go to the store and buy lots of things, but when you make something yourself, it's always a little bit better. A lot of that extra effort helps. I like to smoke salmon, and that's really good. Good to give away. People really enjoy it when they get that. Just getting out, fresh air, it's always nice. And thrill of the catch, obviously. It's always fun catching a nice big salmon.
Instead of eating food that's traveled thousands of miles by carbon-emitting planes, trucks, and trains, I intend to rely on the fresh food collected and caught right here. I want fewer food miles and more fun in my food. Hungry fish get tempted by bait on a hook. As for me, I'm rowing to the store to get some local seafood. I figure I'll get some tasty food, and buying locally is good for the town's economy. Gonna find some fish. Chunk light tuna in water. It's from Thailand. It's from the East Coast. It's from New Brunswick, Canada. Clam nectar. Product of Canada. Oh wow, this one is local. It's from Nanaimo. It's not too far away.
Always wanted to sell fresh fish here, but by the time you take it to a processing plant and have it government inspected and go through all the hoops and jumps that you need to, it's cost prohibitive. By the time you get it back here, people, they can't afford it. They might as well buy it in town, and it's not fresh anymore. Most of the boats that sell fish in town have to buy a vending license. so they can sell their prawns or their shrimp or their salmon from the boat. So occasional, you can't leave enough space in the store for that kind of thing. That's only going to happen once in a while, you know. The occasional fresh fish store. You can see it now.
Everywhere around me, there seems to be so much bounty. But how do people get their salmon, halibut, crab, shrimp, and other appetizing seafood? I'll catch my own Dungeness crabs. Okay, I'm just gonna let it sit there for a couple hours and I'll be back to check on it later. Oh man, I'm so hungry. Where are those crabs? So how do people get seafood around here?
I collect them mostly. I don't pay for much seafood here.
I don't know. I don't buy fish in the store for pretty obvious reasons.
Well, I've been here since 1981, and I have never bought seafood in the store since then. My husband's family is Norwegian. They eat a lot of seafood, so we supply them with whatever we can.
The people that are in these markets usually are good friends and don't mind giving you a little bit for dinner or a treat or things like that. A lot of people I know out of town look to me for seafood, so whenever I have extra, I usually try to give it away to my family.
People do it all over the world. We barter everything, you know. It's how people in little tiny places survive.
Obviously, I'm missing something. But hey, what's that? This seems like a setup, but a fishing boat's coming to the dock.
And if you'll see the change in the color, they'll go orange. That's the shell.
Oh, that's gonna be so good.
Either are.
Sweet! Thank you! What a feast here. Bamfield's food web is not obvious from the surface. Diving a little deeper shows that eating local seafood is complicated. Changes in fisheries regulations and declining wild stocks have changed the economy and character of this town. Despite these challenges, people here gift, trade, and barter seafood. A few hold on to their licenses to sell it. Any notion of food self-sufficiency left me hungry. I learned I need to go beyond my typical food buying habits and rely on the people who live here to get enough food in my belly.
Fisher of men, he's got a lot on the line. He's a fisher of men. He's a fisher of men. He's wise as a prize fighter. He's like a soul miner, mining souls on down the great divide.
In Bamfield, getting a tasty morsel from the ocean to my mouth requires time, effort, luck, and being in the right place at the right time. It's about relationships and respect for the fishermen, the fish, and the ocean we share.
He's got a lot on the line, and he put his name in my verses and his name in the hook. Before I knew what I was cooking, it was already cooked. He's got a line in the water. He's
I am humbled, and I am well fed.
And he put his name in my chorus and the dark before the dawn, so that in my time of weakness I remember it's his song. He's got a line in the water. He's a fisher of men.